I'm sorry about that. You just caught me eating. Did you know that eating is something that a lot of people do? I go munch munch, you go om nom on food to keep us healthy and alive. Food is super important in our lives, and it's understandable why Purdue University wouldn't want their students to be dead. So of course, they have to figure out a way to keep their students alive. And that way is today's topic of discussion. Food courts. Food courts. Food courts. There are 5 food courts. The first food court is Ford, which is named after the star of the hit movie The Fugitive, Harrison Ford. There is Wiley Dining Court, which is named after the villainous Dr. Wily from Mega Man. There is Hillebrand food court, also known as Hilly, which is named after Audrey Hilly, the murderer. Earhart Dining Court is named after George P. Putnam, who was Amelia Earhart's husband. The last one is Windsor Food Court, which is named after the women's clothing and apparel store. Everything we will be talking about involving food courts will be COVID related because I don't know what it's like normally. As far as I'm aware, it's just like a buffet kind of, and you take what you want and you eat wherever you want, but right now with COVID everything is different. So keep that in mind. Before we talk about the food itself, we're going to talk about the process of getting the food. Also, you might notice that I keep changing shirts. This is the 3rd day I've been recording this video, so it's taking a while. But anyway, the lines are very long typically. They can be like 5 minutes long, but they can also be 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes, even 50 minutes. It takes a long time. There are a lot of students here, that's for sure. Plus, staying 6 feet apart does not help. When you're outside, you can clump up a little more, but when you're in the actual court, you gotta stay separated. They have these little markers on the ground, and you have to stay on them, and you have to have 1 foot on them at all times, basically. So yeah, it can take a while. Like I said earlier, normally the food it's like a buffet, you choose whatever you want, but this time they have set meals, and they have different paths that you can choose to get your meal. You might want a meal that's at the gray triangle, or you might want that's at the yellow circle. The tiles on the floor eventually change to images of the shapes and colors so that you know where you're going. During the lines, they have a bunch of signs everywhere that show what the different meals are that you can get. One really great way to find out what you want to eat before you get into line or anything is through the dining app. With the dining app, you can look at what's open, what's closed. You can see what meals they currently have. It's great. The people there, when you're in line, encourage you to use it. You follow the line you want to get the food you want, and then they give you all these little containers full of your food, and they put it in a bag, and you go. You go really fast. They're trying to get people in and out. That's the goal. You're supposed to eat outside now. You're not allowed to eat inside. All the chairs are like gone, basically. They use them for dividing lines so that you know where to go. The meals end up being very big. You get your main course, a side, and dessert, as well as a drink, and you will have a lot of leftovers, that's definitely for sure. You can determine how many meals you get per week based on your meal plan. There's a 10, 15, and 21 meals per week plans. You also get dining dollars, which you can use at places that aren't food courts. The food is actually really good. I'm usually a picky eater, and I've been eating a lot of things I've never eaten before, and I've always enjoyed them so far. There are some lines that I would definitely never go through, and it's kind of stinky though because with COVID, the options aren't as varied as they would be if it was a buffet. A lot of the places will have the same thing, or they'll have the same thing over multiple days. Once you're done with your food, you just throw it in the dumpster, and there are dumpsters out there specifically in place for food. Meal swipes don't only have to be used at the actual food courts though. There are food trucks as well, such as the Daily Bite. I honestly don't know the other ones, but their options are kind of more obscure than most foods that you'll find at the food courts. From my understanding, there's a chance that the food trucks rotate their food every single year. So one year you might have like pizza, and the next year it might be shawarma, which is one of the options this year. So that's food courts, and sometime I will go more in depth about different places you can eat and like using your dining dollars. We're getting a Chick-fil-A being built here. There's pizza, One Bowl. There's a lot of options. So yeah, that'll be covered all later. This was just a beginning of the food court. This video took 3 days to make. All that work for something so bad in the end, I guess. But Next video I plan to do another Instagram video story thing, so that should be better. So yes, keep a lookout on my Instagram if you are wanting to watch that live. If not, it'll be on here shortly. So that's epic. Okay? That is all I present to you today. So goodbye. Good luck. Have fun in life. That's all. Bye.